Stupid. Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600 KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Yes, it's time for another edition of Your F My Life. Now that we are live on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan, a Facebook page, KFMA, or even on Twitter _beefvegan. All right, these are unfortunate situations. Email to me at beefvegan@kfma.com. But of course, if you have an F My Life you care to share on the air, you can give us a call right now. If Rico, Weirdo, and I agree your life is F, we'll hook you up with a $20 gift certificate to Catalina Craft Pizza located on Oracle, north of McGee. You guys ready?
Let's go.
All right, first email sent to me by Sean. Sean said, hey, Beef, recently I found out that my girlfriend sleepwalks. Well, when I say sleepwalks, more like sleep punches.
Oh,
Very, very hard.
whoa.
Have you ever had this? A sleep puncher? It's a thing.
Mm.
F My Life, what do you say, Rico?
Yeah.
Have you had a sleep puncher before?
Thankfully, no.
Oh.
My uncle's wife, my aunt, technically, I guess, she has some very, like she's an ex-teacher and she still has PTSD where she wakes up in the middle of the night like cussing out kids.
Oh, no, really?
Like
Holy
getting mad.
crap.
Like just,
I mean,
it's bad.
You got to bless our teachers, man. It's
Yeah.
very difficult, a difficult profession. So I guess that is one benefit, though, of leaving before they fall asleep. You don't know if they're a sleep puncher or not.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Weirdo.
leave 'em.
I say F my life. I have been sleep punched before.
Have you?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Well, it's not as funny when it's a guy punching.
Nope.
Yeah. Oh.
Mhm.
You can never really trust them whether or not it's real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, I was
Yeah,
sleeping.
Oh, no, I still question it to this day.
Ugh.
Thanks for bringing that up. Moving on.
Yeah, man. Debbie Downer here, but yeah, sorry about
Well,
that.
you asked a question. I answered it.
I didn't mean to be so specific about your trauma. Yeah, F your life, Sean. All right, next up on our life email sent to me by Jill. Jill said, today my trucker husband brought home roses for me, toys for the kids, and bed bugs for the whole house.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, that sucks.
right? Is that an F my life weirdo?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. What do you say, Rico?
Yes, get the flamethrower.
All the way around.
Wait. Silver lining. She didn't say anything about an STD from the road hooker. So that's good.
Oh.
Why do you have to assume there's a road hooker?
There's always a road hooker.
All right, fine. That's you might be right. All right. Next up on life sent to me by Rebecca. Rebecca said yesterday after my coworker bought coffee for me for the 5th time, I thanked him and asked him why. Apparently, it's the only way to get me to shut up in the morning so he can get some work done.
Hey,
Ah,
F my life, Rico.
big baby, free coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
agreed, big baby.
Yeah, it's working for you, Rebecca. I would run with that all day long. So big baby for sure, free coffee for the win. All right, next F my life email sent to me by Jake. Jake said, I realized I probably have anger issues. I came to this conclusion after I finished screaming abuse at the microwave for beeping before I could hit the off switch. That is fantastic.
Relatable.
Have you ever done that, right? It's like, you
God.
when people are trying to sleep and you don't want to get
Mhm.
caught and you get things in the middle of the night because you're fat.
Yep.
Yeah. So F my life, Rico.
Big time. If
All
you
right.
actually develop a microwave that stops the 3 beeps, that would be such a good invention.
I know.
Yeah.
You know,
Great
I
design.
Beef ones.
I recently got a microwave for Christmas, actually. I didn't have a microwave this entire time, and I considered that like the healthier option. I was just toaster ovening things.
Mm-hmm.
But my daughter complained to my mom so much, then we both got the microwave as a gift. And I'll tell you what, game changer. Now
Mhm.
I'm buying things at the grocery store that I'm like, oh yeah, I could buy this again.
Yay.
I didn't own a microwave for like 6 years.
Did you miss it?
No.
I know.
No,
but
I'm actually annoyed we have one now.
what do you microwave regularly? I mean, do you microwave?
It's just for reheating food.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
so-
toaster oven does that too.
Exactly.
I know.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Crazy Amish.
I'll tell you what, though, it does fill my kitchen out to where now I feel like I kind of have a home, you know? So
fair enough.
Yeah, I'm adulting to a
It
certain
really
extent.
holds the place together.
It does. I got a toaster oven, I got a microwave.
Mhm.
Look at ladies, I'm living in the
Yeah.
lap of luxury.
And my mom bought it for me.
Shut up. All right, final of my life of the day. She wanted to be anonymous on this one, so I'll honor that wish. But I thought it was hilarious, and not that bad. But she's like, "Hey, Beef, on Saturday night, my inebriated boyfriend and I were getting it on," and I'm like, "All right, tell me more." She went on to say he rolled off me without finishing and said, "I'm bored."
Whoa.
Oh, this never happened to you?
No.
Oh, I feel like it happens to guys with bad cardio or it happens to girls who date guys with bad cardio.
You're saying it's like a cover up, like they're out of breath, like I'm bored.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm bored.
look, I've been in situations where my stamina lasts a lot longer than my actual physical stamina.
Yeah.
Like I got to be in shape for it, and so
Mhm.
I just tap out because I'm like, man, this is just a lot of work, and the
Take a
end
break.
is nowhere near, especially when you're drinking.
Just ask for her to get on top.
Yeah, even that sometimes, like then they get tired, So I don't know. You say that's an F my life or no? It looks like you're saying F my life.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so insulting.
No, come on. I mean, I'm sure you guys have been dating for a while, anonymous lady. So at that point, it's hard to like go through the Rolodex of past memories to be able to finish. Should I stop talking? Rico, is that enough for my life?
I guess so. You get more in shape.
Well, the boyfriend has to get more in shape
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, not hold off so quickly. You know what I mean? Or
Mhm.
hold off so long, I should
Right.
say. Reverse the stamina, because that never happens to a guy that finishes in under a minute. They never get bored. And that's the plus side. So pick your poison. You want him to finish too quickly, or you want him to go so long that he has to tap out because he's about to have an asthma attack. I'm not speaking from personal experience. I'm just saying in a scenario, it makes sense.
Grabbing the inhaler.
You just need a second, babe.
Yeah. So, either way, I'm going to say we'll agree to disagree, and good luck to your love life. Let's hit the reset. We'll keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. You can join us, youtube.com/bevegan, or keep it here because I got music on the way from Metallica. Clear. All right. Good morning, everybody on the stream. Can you see me?
Buenos dias.
Yes, we are live here. Let's see who's joining us so far. Good morning, Anthony. Good morning, Mackenzie.
Mackenzie.
Yo! Of course, we started early and also late at the same time. It's good to see you. We should have Mari joining us here in a little bit as well, which I'm going to.
I haven't seen her in so long.
I know. I'm excited too. Well, because she's been dealing with so many different illnesses because she has young children. And, so she
one's done, a new one comes up. You're like,
Yeah.
"Ugh."
Oh my God. It's a constant rotation.
Yeah, the doorknob
So
lickers.
gross.
I know.
Yeah, a couple years ago we had that like a stomach virus go through the house, and like literally it was like one kid at a time with kind of like a 1 day like layover where I'd have 2 kids vomiting. And then it finally hit me and my husband, and I was like, it went on for like 3 weeks. It was awful.
Let me
I
ask
know.
you guys a question too. Speaking of illnesses,
Real quick, let me shout out Jesse, who was our in-studio guest yesterday. He said, you guys altered my sleep schedule. So welcome
now
to
he's
the
awake.
morning shift. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What were you going to say, Rico?
since with the travel thing coming up, and like we talked earlier about having to get ready for potential illnesses overseas. I mean, there's obviously the malaria thing and all these different like crazy ones. But my buddy texted me. He's like, "Hey, do you have do you have a shot for aqua buffalitis?"
Aquabuffalitis?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Exactly. I thought he was playing a joke on me. Like, did you get this shot or that? Oh, what about aquabuffalitis?
Yeah.
And I thought it was like a thing, but I'm like, whoa, wait, what the hell is that? And then I looked it up on Google and I couldn't even find anything. But apparently it gets through I thought because it translated to something else, not is like buffalus or something different, but that had to do with like getting water in your eyes, like contaminated water is in your eyes.
Yeah.
And this one, he said, had to do with the cuticles. So like if you get germs underneath your nails, it can somehow infect you. And I was like, never heard of it. Don't have insurance. I don't even know if I can go to an urgent care and be like, hey, have you guys heard of this random disease in Asia called aquabuffalitis?
Right.
I was going to
My
use a lot of
God.
Purell.
Yeah. So if you
That's
guys
it.
don't know, Rico is heading to Vietnam to like next week.
To avoid paying taxes.
Yeah, to avoid paying taxes and possibly come back with a brand new wife. But to do so, he has to get ready for all these things. So you spent a bunch of money on travel items. You got yourself
Yeah.
how expensive was your backpack?
Oh, the backpack itself is like $70-$80. But that's
Right.
just the travel one for a carry-on. So everything has to be a certain dimension.
This is so funny
Mhm.
too, because his concept, his idea is that he's going to pack 7 days worth of clothes, but he's going to be gone for 2 weeks. And which
Well,
I find interesting.
Week and a half. You know, I can be able to wash them. You know what I mean?
All right.
Got to be
Yeah.
smart.
Now, do you think you'll fall in love when you're in Vietnam?
Probably several times.
This is coincidental, but on Reddit this morning, as I pulled it up, this is one of the first things I saw on Reddit, and it was this picture right here. Apparently, this used to be a thing. Buy a wife from Vietnam, only
God.
$6,000 US. And here are the guarantees. There's 4 guarantees here. Guarantee number 1, guaranteed virgin, which that's a lie.
Oh,
Guarantee number 2, guaranteed to be delivered within 90 days. Number 3, no extra charges. All right. And guarantee number 4, if ran away within a year, you get another one for free.
Oh my God.
This is human trafficking,
Yeah.
publicly.
Whoa.
In the back pages.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, in Vietnam. So this is for soldiers, and a lot of soldiers did come back with wives from Vietnam. And now it makes you ask and wonder, did they fall in love? Was it a romantic story or was it a business transaction?
Hey, she just didn't have any extra fees. That's all.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Let's see.
Oh my God. What
but
made you fall in love with your wife? She had no fees.
The passport bro thing's a new phenomenon, though.
Well,
it's kind of been a thing, but I know it's been like a resurgence of that whole topic. It's been kind of
the what? Passport what?
They're calling them passport bros. If you Google it,
passport bros.
Bros, the guys that just go overseas to get wives and girlfriends.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm tired of the Western woman. Let's go travel to blah blah blah.
I feel like that's not a new thing though. I feel like that's something that's been around for at least 60 years.
Absolutely,
now.
It has been. But I mean, there's
Just
like a new trend of it being a bigger thing now.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, even growing up, I recall so many times the joke of the Russian mail order bride.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a phenomenon that's happening. So the name is changed. And the phenomenon happening now is passport bros. So they'll go on vacation, try to find someone, and basically like honeypot them with the promise of becoming an American citizen.
Yeah, something like that.
Or
just to get laid in general.
Just laid in general. Well, I mean, I'm sure someone will want to find love.
There's been some terrifying stories. There's like this one comedian that was out in the news. I think he went to Colombia. I could be way off. South America, which is that's crazy just to go there to begin with, unless you know what you're doing. But I guess he got lured in with this girl, he was going to hook up with. And then next thing you know, he had like this whole cartel situation that kidnapped him and killed him.
Oh,
I was like, woof.
You come across all the feel-good stories this morning. I know. Well, I feel...
Gotta be careful.
I'm just glad my dad doesn't have that much money, honestly, because I feel like my dad would be this guy. And I know this because he's lonely and thirsty. He's always kind of been, right? And my fear is that I'll become my dad. Cats in the cradle type deal. But I'm on Instagram and we're friends on Instagram. And I don't know if you notice this sometimes, though, in your notifications, you'll have people that you're friends with pop up in your notifications saying so-and-so commented on threads because they keep pushing threads.
Oh, yeah.
So I saw that my dad commented on threads. And initially I thought he posted on threads. So I was like, okay, let's see what he posted, right? It's my dad. I'll try to be close. And so I click on it. And what he did was he commented on a thirst post of a woman who's like almost obviously fake, almost AI. And I'm talking like a triple F boobs, a triple F ass, right? Small waist, almost like a Japanese anime.
Yeah, like one of those manga girls. Yeah.
Like ridiculous. Maybe 23 at the oldest. And my dad is like trying to be romantic and smooth in the comments on here, and I'm like, God damn it, Dad,
it's embarrassing me.
No, it's not even embarrassing me. I'm like, what do you like? Why? My dad is now like in his 70s, right?
Yeah.
And it's like he'll over the holidays, I try to be like, why are you doing this? Like, you're.
Did you bring it up?
Well, not about that particular comment, about other shit, because he's been talking to women who are obviously fake and he's falling for this shit.
Oh.
I'm like, what's the deal? Why are you doing this? And he's like, I just don't want to be alone. But then at the same time, he smokes cigars and he smokes cigars in the house. And I can't even go to his house anymore because I literally can't breathe, right?
Yeah.
I have like an asthma attack, even though I don't have asthma. And I'm like, well, you got to stop smoking cigars in the house. And he's the mentality, like, I'm not changing for nobody. Yeah. And I'm like, well, this is why you're alone, dude.
Right.
You're so
no compromise.
Yeah, abrasively difficult to be around that no real person wants to be around you. And this is the debate. And at the same time, he's just like, he tries to make me feel bad. Like, look, I'm allowed to love and I just want to be with someone. I'm like, okay, cool. Be with somebody. Be with someone maybe age appropriate, someone that is in your realm. Because look, if you were rich and she was 25, then okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
She wants your money.
Right.
But you're broke as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Right? You're old. You look okay for your age, but and what reality is any 25-year-old porn star gonna be like, yeah, be my daddy, and then say it does happen, what reality is like? It makes you think that you can keep up with that. Like you can even handle that.
See, this makes me hope even harder now that they're gonna have that AI sex robot revolution happen, so at least he can experience that joy.
Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be in his lifetime.
What a bummer.
But it will be in our lifetime. And I do know, like in the back of my mind, the fail-safe is, look, because obviously my luck with women has not been phenomenal, right? My track record is, probably even worse than my dad's.
But it could be worse.
Well, it could be worse. But I know that, as my daughter's about to turn 18, and, eventually she'll move out. When she moves out, we might get to the point where the sex robots and AI are at that level.
Day one. Like, Dad, you changed everything. Like, yeah.
Well, just saying.
Say hi to your new mom.
It just baffles me that, like we were raised by that generation that are now in their 70s who are always like, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. And, always question things, blah, blah, blah. And then they are the number one victim of all these different scams because they
Boomer hypocrisy. No way.
I know.
I know.
Weird, right?
I know.
It is,
but
it's true, though.
Every time I'm just like, especially like when my dad is like, oh, I saw this article. It's like, no, Dad, that's not real. Like, please.
Well, then, when you have situations like company-wide that you have like one of those links, like honeypots, where they click on things. It's like we're so jaundiced and like rightfully so about clicking things.
Rock 1 2.1 KFMA, going down a rabbit hole of debate here on the podcast broadcast. You're live. You could join us visually and in the comments, be part of our community, youtube.com/bevegan, or on our Facebook page, Twitter, and even Twitch. Now, let me ask you this question. What is the first movie that you recall and remember seeing a sex scene in? Like, what was the first sex scene from a movie? Do you recall?
Oh my God! You know
what was the name of that movie?
Hold on. We'll start one at a time. So what were you gonna say, Rico?
I have this memory burned in my head from, I think our mom took me and my brother to go see the first Scary Movie when that came out.
Oh, the movie Scary Movie.
The Scary Movie, the spoof.
Yes,
right?
absolutely, with the Wayans brothers.
Isn't exactly I don't think along what you're trying to get at, but there was that scene where you had that phallic scene.
Yes.
Through the ear.
Yes, the glory hole. That is technically kind of your first sex scene that you've seen.
Well, the one that like stuck out of my mind as far as like being something abysmally sexual. I'm like,
You mean stuck into your mind?
Yeah, through my earlobe, through my ears. But the first movie ever where you go into the theater and there's a guard outside going to my mom, like, you sure you want to do this? You sure you want to take it? She's like, yeah, I'm an adult and these are my kids. like, yeah, Mom, you tell them. Now we're like, okay, now we see why.
What was your mom's reaction when that scene was happening?
Laughing hysterically.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Probably.
Yes, 600 KFMA, 605-362. The question I'm asking to you as well, join in the conversation. What movie do you recall seeing the first sex scene of your life in? What's the movie here for you, Weirdo?
Showgirls with Elizabeth Berkley from Saved by the Bell.
So which scene sticks out in your memory the most?
I probably when they're in the pool.
I was like, there you go.
But then there's the one where she beats his ass too.
Yes, I know.
But yeah, the one in the
pool scene.
Because even at like 10 or 11 years old, when I saw that, I was like, that doesn't seem real.
No, it seems very real. Still trying to,
it looks real uncomfortable.
Still chasing that rabbit, if you will. But yes, that scene is iconic to me and ingrained in my memory as well, even though I don't even recall the plot of the movie Showgirls. It was an infamous flop when it came out. It was kind of trying to be like a Basic Instinct. But the biggest takeaway is we literally grew up watching Saved by the Bell. And then Jessie, the nerd girl, AC Slater's girlfriend, stars in Showgirls. And in that scene in the pool where she's bucking like a rodeo, right? And I said it with a B. Like she went buck wild in the pool where you're like, oh my God, like she's over it. Like obviously, if it was real life, she'd be quote unquote faking it. But at the same time, fake it till you make it. That scene, legendary for sure. Yeah. So the question is, what movie do you recall seeing your first sex scene in? 600 KFMA, 605-362. For me, it's a toss up between two because one doesn't necessarily count. Because I grew up, with cable and then
Skinamax.
Skinamax and late night Skinamax. They had a movie series that starred a character called Emmanuel. You know Emmanuel? So Emmanuel is one of the things, only like underground perverts remember that. But it was basically softcore porn. I didn't know the difference, but there was plot.
Yeah.
But the real big blockbuster movie that I remember seeing my first sex scene in theaters with, and how I got in the theater, I don't even recall, but it was Basic Instinct. Yes,
yeah.
yes, and with Basic Instinct, Sharon Stone. But it wasn't Sharon Stone that floated my boat back then. The scene that stuck in my memory as one of the hottest movie scenes that still holds up today was from the actress who was also in The Firm. Her name's like Janine something.
Mm-hmm.
She was like the second lead female love interest, and it was the love scene against the wall. It was like, Michael Douglas and her against
Michael
the wall.
Douglas laid it down back in the day.
Oh, pimp.
Dude, every movie.
And he's a giver too.
That
You
guy.
know that because he had throat cancer. And that's a side effect of HPV. And you know that Catherine Zeta-Jones had it as well. Anyways, Rock 1, 2.1, who's this? Yo, you're on the air. What's your name? Hey, can you hear me?
Let's talk sex.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, so what?
This is Dave.
Hey, Dave, what's the movie you recall seeing the first sex scene in?
Oh my God, I got you all beat. Angel Heart.
Angel Heart. All right, who starred in Angel Heart?
Robert De Niro.
Okay, so did this movie come out in the late 70s?
Mickey Rourke, and what's her name? I can't think of her name now.
Lisa Bonet. Lisa Bonet.
Bill Cosby, The Cosby Show.
Yep.
Weirdo's trying to tell you it's Lisa Bonet.
Yeah.
So this actually came out in the early 90s.
Yeah, there you go.
late
Lisa
80s.
Bonet and
87.
Mickey Rourke.
Wow.
Yeah.
87. Okay, so was it Mickey Rourke and Lisa Bonet getting it on?
I would hope so.
You're the one who saw
It's
the movie,
been a long
Dave.
time. I don't know.
It's all a blur.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
I mean, so that was the first sex scene you've seen in a movie?
Yes.
Wow. Well, you didn't watch movies before that, Dave?
He was pure.
Well, I mean, the first time I went and saw a movie in a theater that had a actual sex scene in it. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, nice.
Wow.
Has
Nice.
De Niro had a sex scene in a movie?
Yes, I think De Niro had a sex scene, and I want to say Cape Cod.
No, Cape Fear. I don't
Cape
think
Fear.
he did, though. He was just like the creepy stalker the whole time.
I remember seeing his butt, dude.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, so what about this scene was so hot, Dave? Like, what do you recall? What can you? How can you describe it safely on the radio?
Yeah.
Voodoo, dream sequence, Lisa Bonet, of course, from,
I feel like I've seen this too, but
Huxtable.
I don't know if I saw this movie, but I definitely saw Lisa Bonet naked several times.
Boom.
All right, I'm going to answer your line. Thanks for the call, Dave. Angel Heart. Angel Heart's the name of that movie. Rock
Yeah.
1, 2.1. Who's this? Yo.
Hello,
Hey, what's your name?
Demi.
All right, Demi. What is the first movie you recall remembering seeing a sex scene from?
I recall Terminator with Linda Hamilton.
Nice. Yeah.
The original Terminator.
That might have been one of mine, too, actually.
Yes, that was a super hot scene too.
It was
Yes.
It was
Yeah,
hardcore.
Linda Hamilton nips just right in your face.
Yep.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
They were hangers. Yep.
Excellent, Denny. Thank you for the call. I'm going to answer your line. We're asking you guys, what is the first sex scene from a movie you remember seeing? Rock 1, 2.1. Who's this? Yo.
Hallie.
Hey, what's going on? What was the first sex scene you remember seeing in a movie?
I remember seeing Dirty Dancing. It was pretty tame, but it was definitely a sex scene.
Okay, yeah.
Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing. Did Patrick Swayze get it on with Jennifer Grey in there? It was kind of like a love
It's
scene.
probably like a very hazy love scene, like the old school 80s saxophone playing.
Yeah, no, it was like under one of those. It was under one of those paper Japanese lanterns. It was all hot. And I remember my mom turned to me and she was, because I was like, I don't know, 8 or 9. And she turned to me and she was like, all right, what are the consequences of this? And I was like, AIDS. And she was like, and baby.
Oh my God.
I love that your number one answer was AIDS. It was the 80s.
Right.
So, that's what they taught us.
That's
Sex equal
right.
AIDS. That's so funny. And it's such a seriously like a romantic scene and not graphic in any ways.
Right.
But the
Right.
fact
Classic.
that your mom's still trying to be a boner killer and being like, don't forget about AIDS.
You stay away from Patrick.
I love it. Thank you for the call. I appreciate that. All right, we're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. You can join us. So what's a movie that you recall seeing the very first sex scene of your life from? 600 KFMA, 600-5362. We got Would You Rathers and a lot more happening on the podcast broadcast. You can join us, youtube.com/beefvegan, or keep it right here. Clear.
Dude,
All right.
my buddy and I back in Tempe, we used to have this Michael Douglas inside joke about like all that stuff you're talking about, and like we actually went down the rabbit hole and made like a compilation of all the different like crazy hot and heavy sex scenes Michael Douglas did back in the day, and it's hilarious. Like every single movie, it's like every mom had a crush on Michael Douglas.
Yes,
He was just laying it down.
He was, and he was just. I mean, he's a
He had
good-looking guy,
coolness to him.
but he wasn't like in super good shape. It was
Right.
just very 80s. McKinsey said mine was the secretary with Maggie.
Hell yeah.
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
It's
Yes,
one of my favorite movies.
that is straight up pornographic. Todd
Mhm.
said first movies was Tales from the Crypt. Yep, which is good. Let's see.
By the way, you asked about Robert De Niro's sex scenes. He
Oh, no.
has one with Aubrey Plaza in Dirty Grandpa.
Oh God,
Yeah.
That one doesn't count though.
doesn't count. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking about in his prime, like it was taken seriously.
Right. All right. Well, Mari's here. So go ahead and grab Mari. Earlier this morning, we started off the show with the bang, and it was fantastic. In case you missed it, it went a little something like this. Check it out.
Radio station. Listen online at KFMA.com. You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents Live. I'm Rock 102.1 KFMA. Streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Thursday, January 11th. Good morning, Rico.
Good morning.
Good morning, Weirdo.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. It's going to be a fun one today.
Do you have a new sound effect?
No, I just do that in there on,
Oh.
it's an old one. It's
Got
an oldie
excited.
but a goodie. I figured, I say KFMA, people say yay.
Sounds like we're in Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, it's a party. It's a party on the radio. That's what we try to do here. We might have Pizza Pat in later on and do another round of tap out, but I don't know, man. Pat is like, Pat forgets a lot. Sometimes he's flaky. I don't know if he got a heads up. There's a transition period behind the scenes happening with sales. So I don't know if anyone even has Pat as a client or has even had any communication with Pat.
He's
We'll
just
see.
roaming the halls. He'll eventually make it in here.
No, I mean, I recently talked to him too. He made some vegan pizza for my daughter, which was fantastic. And she brought it home. It was just oversized pie, right? It had everything on it, all the vegetables, but no cheese. And it was totally vegan. And of course, my daughter only eats a slice of it and she's good. And then there's 3 extra slices. And I didn't have any leftovers. And I'm like, damn, I want pizza, but I want cheese on my pizza.
Right.
So I was able to throw a slice of provolone on it and turn it into Rocco in a way. I made it
Ooh.
Chicago style.
Mm.
That's why I'm
Nice.
fat. Yeah. not a damn.
This one was like those cheap American slices, at least. It wasn't like that.
No,
Okay.
no, that's
God-awful.
sacrilegious. Are you
It
kidding
is.
me?
Making sure.
I would never self-loathe to that level to stoop to that. I did grow up in Arizona and, going to public school with the Pizza Fridays. And that was pretty much like American cheese on it. If you remember the pizza they used to serve at
Oh,
cafeterias
yeah,
in elementary
cardboard and
school.
American sliced cheese.
Yeah. It
Amazing.
was yellow cheese, 1 pepperoni smack dab in the middle. And in hindsight, it was disgusting. But again, it was always my alibi for getting to stay home from school. Whenever I would pretend to be sick, it would be on a Pizza Friday because the alibi would be to my mom, like, oh, I want to go. It's Pizza Friday. Oh, but I'm just so sick. Now, if I wasn't, I'd be eating pizza at lunch and it would make school amazing.
Come on, Mom.
Yeah.
You know me.
And it worked every time, man. It worked every time. She didn't realize that we had a freezer full of bagel dogs, so I didn't necessarily need the pizza.
Right.
But there you go. Look, starting off reminiscing. Yesterday was a huge day for coaches, good and bad. A lot of football news was breaking yesterday and trending. With of the biggest story I think in college football, Nick Saban of Alabama retired after all those years. And then they showed in hindsight the legacy of Nick Saban. Obviously, he put together a program that was the best in the nation for almost 2 decades. He had a little stint in the NFL. That was a flop. But then went back to college, made all the money, and then had something like 43 of his former student athletes be first-round draft picks in the NFL. So that was huge. The legacy of Nick Saban won't be forgotten in Alabama ever, I think. And then on the NFL side, NFL head coach Pete Carroll, he was fired from the Seattle Seahawks about 10 years too late. He was 72 years old. What was training was 72. Now, this dude has more energy than the three of us combined, without a doubt. He's in great shape for 72. I wish. But yeah, they fired his ass, 72. And I don't know if he's going to work anymore. He should retire. He's 72.
Watch him not. He's not going to retire.
Well, the thing is, he should have been fired at the Super Bowl when they threw on 1st and 1.
Yeah.
And Marshawn Lynch was averaging 6 yards a carry.
I'm still bent out of shape over that.
So is everybody. The fact that he made it.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, they made
Why?
it. That's like me getting a job here, and on day one, I accidentally blow up the studio, literally, press a couple buttons, everything explodes. We get dead air for a week, just massive failure, and then still get to work for another 10 years. Now in this company, that's possible. It's a possibility, but I think most companies would be like, all right, well, you just messed up. You could go ahead and just make your way out the door. Also, there was semi NFL news that has something to do with you, Rico.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is probably going to hurt you a little bit. Aaron Rodgers got dropped. Not by the Jets. Don't worry. He's an ironclad contract there. He's making money
up at
as
Jimmy
a heel.
Kimmel?
He's not going to be showing up on Jimmy Kimmel anytime soon. And another show that he's not going to be showing up on anytime soon is Pat McAfee's show.
Oh no.
Yeah, now Pat McAfee had Aaron Rodgers on almost since day one. Every Wednesday. He would shoot the shiz with Aaron Rodgers, right? And they go way back. But with the latest string of off the, just remarks and comments talking about Epstein Island and COVID and all that, controversial conspiracy theorist type of topics, which got the Disney execs up in arms and got, Jimmy Kimmel coming after Pat McAfee. McAfee said enough is enough. And this is very odd. This is very interesting to me for a couple reasons. Okay. First and foremost, Pat McAfee is in one of the most unique positions in entertainment. It's envious in a way. Is that he, works with ESPN, but he doesn't work for ESPN. He signed an unprecedented deal where he was doing everything on his own, kind of independently. Then he was on Sirius XM a little bit, but still had everything independently. Started off as a YouTuber. Mm-hmm. So what he did was he signed the deal with ESPN, essentially saying, yeah, you could air my show on your networks and whatnot, but it's my show, right?
Full creative control.
100% creative control. And, you can't take it away. Deal. You can't change it. You can't do anything about it. You could just air it. Right. And if you don't like it, well, tough. Now, ESPN executives, sometimes they don't like it. Now, they've done this before in the past with talents like Dan Lebitard. I think it's something like that.
Kind of reminds me of somebody we know, Weirdo.
Well, I don't own the show outright. So this is the thing that makes McAfee and people like Shannon Sharp super dangerous, right?
Yeah.
They're getting into media, right? They have all the connections in the world as far as A-list tier guest content, insight, right? And they made a ton of money in the NFL. So they're not doing it for money. So they don't even need the money. So you can't even threaten them on that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. With me, right? Yes, I get kind of picked on. I get put in a corner. I fight back. We have these issues and I vent about them on the air. But at the end of the day, I'm still paycheck to paycheck. They're dangling the carrot.
Right.
And they take that carrot away. I'll be like, I'll suck her D. Give me your carrot back, right? That's the position I'm in. It's not a good position. But this was Pat McAfee talking about on the show the announcement that Aaron Rodgers is no more on the Pat McAfee.
So Aaron Rodgers Tuesday season 4 is done.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of people that are happy with that, myself included, to be honest. With the way it ended, it got real loud. Mm-hmm. I'm happy that is not going to be my mentions going forward, which is great news. I'm running my show.
Oh, yeah.
I keep my creative rights. Okay, 100%.
So, yeah. So, basically, by saying that, he's happy because he doesn't want any distractions, any of the BS, which I can understand on that. And then he also said, this is basically my decision. This is what we had to do. And unfortunately, I'm sure Aaron Rodgers is not going to necessarily miss it. Is this going to be the creation or the beginning of a beef between the two?
I doubt it. I think they respect each other enough to know it's a business move.
You think
I
Aaron?
think so.
Do you
I would
think
hope so.
Aaron's like is like, hey Pat, I understand it's too much of a headache, and I'm still your boy, or is Aaron like, hey, the mainstream media demons got to you, and now you're one of them?
Could be a mix of both, maybe.
Mm?
Well, that too, because he knows that he's not, he's not salient with what his message is and what kind of style he does. So he's kind of like, I know I'm a little bit of a dangerous commodity right now.
Yeah,
you would think. And if not, I mean, look at Shannon Sharp with the
With
guest
Kat,
he's going to
yeah.
bring on Cat. It's like he could just have him on and watch those ratings blow up too. So
Yeah.
it's like it's an interesting little.
Do you think Shannon Sharp is going to reach out to Brett Favre then and be like, hey, I got a spot open on my couch?
He's probably hungry for that craziness now. He's just like, yeah,
Oh, we'll
let's
see.
get all the crazies on.
All right. Well, yeah, we will see. We'll see if this turns into something, or this is just moving on, and then Aaron can stay at home and concentrate on healing up that Achilles heel. But either. All right, there you go. That was our show open today. Solid one, and we're back. And please welcome Mari. Good morning, Mari.
Good morning.
About 23 seconds before we're on the air. And what was the movie you said that you remember your first sex scene from?
Titanic.
Yeah, Titanic. And I do recall the sketch boob of Kate Winslet.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then,
French girls.
yeah.
Do it.
Yes, and Belichick was out too. I see that, Jesse. That was officially announced this morning as well.
Don't talk about hot naked chicks and go to Belichick.
Sorry.
Come on.
Rock on 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're live on the podcast broadcast. We got Mari joining us as well, which means we're going to get into another round of Would You Rathers here shortly. And yes, and welcome back. It's been a while,
I know.
but you're glowing. Have
Thank you.
Yeah, did you
Healthy,
get,
thriving.
yeah, did you get taken care of over the Christmas break? You get facials and things like that?
No, I just did a lot of inside time.
Okay.
Didn't see the sun.
The lack of vitamin D looks
Yeah.
good on you.
Mhm.
I
Vitamin
like it.
deficiency. It helps.
Yeah. Now, Alex, if you're still on the stream, I need your help because it's my daughter's 18th birthday this Sunday, and I'm terrible at these things, right? Absolutely the worst. Now, she told me yesterday she wants the metallic like 18 balloon, the 1/8,
Mhm.
and a couple of little things, and then she wants the world, and I want to give her the world because she only turns 18 once, right?
Right.
And I've raised a young woman into a legal adult,
Wow.
starting on Sunday. That's a big deal for me.
Insane.
But I need help. So, Alex, I need your help for flowers and whatnot. And then if you guys have any suggestions,
Mm.
I'll need help from my lady friends as well, like big time. Because
Pony rentals, whatever you got.
yeah, because in my mind, all I'm like thinking is a vegan hot pocket with a candle in it, and I don't know if that's gonna be enough to
Maybe.
I don't know if she'll appreciate that as much.
I don't know.
A vegan cake.
Yeah, I did take notes. I'll share some of the notes that she told me yesterday. So I was like, let me write this down.
Oh, she gave you hints?
Well,
notes?
not really. So here's
Oh.
my notes so far: giant 18 balloons, Hello Kitty balloons because she's 18, and go to a bakery. So I don't know. I think Holden's or some vegan bakery. So on Sunday we're gonna be doing that. Yeah. So Alex says she got my back. She works at a flower shop, so that's gonna be good. I'm gonna get her
Nice.
a bunch of flowers, and I got to start today. I mean, right now she's she's got a cold, but yeah, it's Sunday,
Like,
and I'm like, I can't wait till Sunday. I got to start. It is her 18th birthday, so now I got to start with the pre-celebration, make it like a birthday week
Mhm.
of sorts, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you have a daughter that turned 18, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what did you do for her 18th birthday?
All that she requested was like going to her favorite Mexican food restaurant. Like
Yes,
that was it.
that's not enough.
She kept it really simple. Well, because she graduated high school early at like barely at 17 and then got her first job and was basically kind of already an adult at that point. Like, other than like maybe a midnight curfew, we just kind of let her go because she graduated high school with really good grades. She landed a career making job at Hacienda del Sol. I was like, good job. Here's some Mexican food.
Here's a tostada.
Yeah, she did not want. She's a huge introvert, so she just did not want to make a huge deal about it.
Yeah, I feel like I have to go a little more up and beyond on that. I mean, she's my only girl, right? I
Yeah.
mean, like in life, or pretty much. What I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but my second oldest turns 18 in April, and I'm curious what he's gonna request. Probably some anime party crap. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's super into the anime stuff.
AI
Nice.
porn, obviously.
Hentai. Here you go, son.
Yeah, so I know we have a lot of moms out there, super moms out there listening to the show. So if you have any suggestions, please feel free to give me a call, 600-KFMA, 600-5362. We're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. When we return on the flip side, another round of Mari's Would You Rathers, and we all have to weigh in on them. So we're going to find out those next. And we're going to do a replay of our Rap GPT single that we performed this morning at 7 o'clock, the new slang term for the kids to say they're getting wasted. It's not white boy wasted anymore. It's called getting Hunter Biden. And we made a theme song to celebrate that new slang. We'll replay that for you next as well. Stick around. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. Yeah,
Slang.
did you not hear that song this morning?
That one.
Yeah, so the concept,
Banger.
which it turned out to be a banger. Anthony messaged me. I'll read Anthony's critique on this because obviously I'm biased. Because I think everything that we do is like platinum. It's not. All right. What up, 10?
Five texts in a row. It's like, please stop for the love of God. And then one goes, that was the best thing ever. Like, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, and 10, yeah, you could weigh in on this one too and let me know if you think it's a banger or not because you rap. But Anthony said that was probably the best rap so far. LMAO, yeah. And I was like, good. I was like, because we needed to bring it back strong. And I was excited that he dug it and he said, you guys killed that one. So
Nice.
yeah, getting Biden for sure. And the reason why I want to create that as a slang and have that be in the vernacular commonly is because we got to unify the parties. You know, we're too divided.
Mhm.
And, you know, Hunter Biden is the name that is thrown out, weaponized from the right and an embarrassment to the left, right?
Mhm.
So like, let's find the common ground. Like, what's the one thing that everybody could agree on when it comes to a divisive figure like Hunter Biden? And I would strongly believe that everyone can agree that this guy parties fucking hard, right? Like this guy goes hard in the paint. And when he's like, hey, I'm going to celebrate like a birthday or an anniversary or a holiday, you know, that he doesn't hold back, you know?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. He goes Charlie Sheen hard.
Yes, he does.
Yes. And there's like images and video to prove it. And we've all seen it. And now they're showing it off on the Congress floor. So
I'll get you my t-shirt I made for him.
oh, you send it to me. Send me the email. Have you?
I'll get that for you and your daughter for 18th birthday.
She might like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she absolutely might like it. But yeah, I want to play it here, and I will. I'm going to start off the top of the 9 o'clock hour and play it. Let me see real quick if the audio held up on the podcast. I doubt it did, so I'll probably end this clip short. But in case you missed it, this was us performing it live on the air. Check it out. Rock on 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. As we said before, you know, it's time for another edition of Rap GPT. And I went to ChatGPT and I asked them to make a song talking about partying so hard and call that partying so hard Hunter Biden. Because I think that's one thing that both the left and the right can agree on is that Hunter Biden parties hard. Right.
Mhm.
You know, I mean,
Yep.
there's a lot that they can't agree on. Right.
Objectively speaking.
Objectively speaking, right? But that is one kind of fact. And I'm like, he parties so hard, now he's a verb. And I think in 2024, if you're going to go out and you're going to get crazy and you're going to do all the partying, then you're going to get Hunter Biden. And that's essentially the slang that I took to ChatGPT. We're going to perform this song live. Some people think that it's AI performing the song. I don't know. AI wrote the song. And Rico and I, and with Weirdo, are going to perform it live for you right now. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Rap GPT would like to present to you Hunter Biden. Yo. Let's go. We stepping in the club, lights low, feeling the hype.
my
Start the
God.
night slow, but soon we
Acapella.
taking flight.
Acapella.
Got the Hunter energy, no sleep in sight. It's a party so wild, getting Biden right in the neon glow where the beats collide. Hunter styling, we're on a wild ride, sipping on the rhythm, feeling so alive. We're getting Biden, no limits to our vibe. We're getting Biden, wild and no control. Hunter styling, party hard, that's the goal. Dancing through the night, breaking every mold. I'm drunk and high again. Woman riot. Hunter Biden.
Like a camping rally, we're making noise. Crowd going crazy. All the girls and boys. Shot after shot like a political choice. Getting Bidened and losing our voice. Campaigning on the dance floor. Seeking votes. Hunter's moves contagious. That's what floats in the party arena where the fun promotes. Getting Biden. Casting off our coats.
We're getting Biden. Wild and no control. Hunter styling. Party hard. That's the goal. Dancing through the night. Breaking every mold. I'm drunk and high in. Woman riot. Hunter Biden.
Biden.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna stop that for right now. I am
feeling
gonna
it a cappella, man.
Yeah, I'm glad, and we're gonna watch that back.
oh.
I'll send you the video clip of just the acapella. I am gonna play the audio right now on the FM side with the setup and everything, and then we'll pipe it in so you can hear what it sounds like with the beat, which I felt like the beat really added to it. Obviously, it was a party style beat. It was definitely a fun one, and it fit the theme of the song in my mind, right? And that was, of course, just a party anthem. I was like, okay, we got to do a party anthem. It's been a minute, and if we're gonna bring back Rap GPT, we got to do it with a bang. So you're about to hear the audio of that song, and with the instrumental, and I think it was enough to make it at least Anthony's favorite Rap GPT so far. And this is probably like our 20th song, 20-something
Probably
song.
more than that.
Yeah, probably more than that. Now, a lot of those songs actually did get wiped out during the hack, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah.
Our entire career catalog.
Well,
Gone.
we don't have Naked Pizza anymore. That's the sad part. I know.
That was a really good one.
I got to try to find the beat for that so we could try to recreate it, but I know it's disappointing.
They're not on YouTube? Like the links?
No, and unfortunately, like the YouTube videos weren't really great. Like the audio wasn't. But here's an example. This is what it sounded like. There's the beat. Yo. Nasty. Let's go.
D-Max Beats.
We stepping in the club, lights low, feeling the hype. Start the night slow, but soon we're taking flight. Got the hunter energy, no sleep in sight. It's a party so wild, getting Biden right. In the neon glow where the beats collide. Hunter styling, we're on a wild ride. Sipping on the rhythm, feeling so alive. Can you guys hear this? Biden, no limits to our vibe. On the street, Biden, wild and no control. Hunter styling, party hard, that's the goal. Dancing through the night, breaking every mold. I'm drunk and high again, woman riot. Hunter Biden.
Like a camping rally, we're making noise. Crowd going crazy, all the girls and boys. Shot after shot like a political choice. Getting Bidened and losing our voice. Campaigning on the dance floor, seeking votes. Hunter's moves contagious, that's what floats in the party arena where the fun promotes. Getting Biden, casting off our coats.
We're getting Biden, wild and no control. Hunter styling, party hard, that's the goal. Dancing through the night, breaking every mold. I'm drunk and high again, woman riot. Hunter Biden.
Biden, wild and out, no control. Hunter styling, party hard, that's the goal. Dancing through the night, breaking every mold. I'm drunk and high in, one man riot. Hunter Biden.
Speech slurred like a politician's debate. Lost track of time. I just want to jump in there. I am proud of one line on there because it was all AI with the exception of a couple little punch ups, and then that last line in the hook I wrote. Drunk and high in, one man riot. Hunter Biden. And I'm just like, I still got it.
Robot don't got no riz.
That's right. That's all there is. And no need to worry because the night's just begun. Like Hunter in the spotlight, we're the chosen one. We're getting Biden till the morning sun.
Dancing through the ballot of beats, Hunter's legacy, our party feats in the political party where a night meets. Getting Biden, sweet beats and treats.
Yes, we're getting Biden, wild and no control. Hunter styling, party hard, that's the goal. Dancing through the night, breaking every mold. I'm drunk and high again, woman riot. Hunter Biden.
Biden, wild and out, no control. A Hunter style, party hard, that's the goal. Dancing through the night, breaking every mold. I'm drunk and high in, one man riot. Hunter Biden.
Getting Biden, wild and no control. Hunter styling, party hard, that's the goal. Dancing through the night, breaking every mold. I'm drunk and high in, one man riot. Hunter Biden. Yes. So when you go too hard in the paint, you're Hunter Biden. Yep.
I'm fighting, Hunter Biden.
When you sit with 3 prostitutes, you're Hunter Biden.
Biden.
When you lose your laptop, you're Hunter Biden.
Hunter style.
And that's a
When you hunt to the floor, you hunt to Biden. All right,
Mr. President, what do you think about your son's new rap song?
Wouldn't it be great?
It's great.
He
What's
walked.
rap?
He walked onto the congressional floor to that song.
We can edit that in. I'll edit that in.
Yes, please. Actually, I'll send you the MP3. So, what do you guys think of the new song "Getting Bidened"? So, again, we turned it into a verb, and with the idea and the goal to unify this country. Just straight up. Yeah. Yeah, I thought the beat was a banger too, and hopefully it was one of those free beats. So hopefully I don't get any kind of licensing notifications on YouTube for playing that. But yeah, Manny thought that was gold. So and it's
Gold,
good.
Jerry.
See, bringing it back and unifying.
Did you get the link I sent you?
No, let's see.
I'm gonna get you that for your birthday.
Okay, yeah. So this is the link for the Tucson Times.
He's been partying for a while. I've had that shirt in the roster now. I'm like, yeah.
Cool one. Mhm.
Yeah, let's see.
It's back, baby.
Yeah, we gotta sell. We gotta start selling the merch here.
I know. We'll get you going.
Oh yeah, the Hunter
Yes.
Biden Coca-Cola.
Ah, nice.
Let's
Yeah.
party, bro.
Does it say "Let's party, bro"? Oh, why is it blurry?
Because it's pornographic.
Oh, there you go.
There.
Yeah. See, honestly,
It's party.
to now with the song, the single,
Mhm.
you know, and we could attach that. I think we'd be able to sell,
Just had the MP3 blasting on the side.
yeah, a lot of T-shirts on that. Legitimately, like, why not? Let's get together, make some money, and then don't forget, you know, like kick
Party
down a
money.
little bit of your boy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know what I'm saying? Because
I'm saying.
I need some money too. Even though Rico's going to be going to Vietnam for 2 weeks.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, I know this is financially going to ruin you, but what's your plan as far as when you come back? You know, how are you going to financially recover?
Oh, I'm gonna probably bring back a lot of illegal wares to sell here.
Ah, nice.
So
Nice.
we'll see.
I do
Some
have a
goods.
list. Let's see. Let's see where I find this. I know that I had something I saw online that I had it tagged, and I'll share here in a minute.
In all honesty, people that, you know, if you have a passport, you get tickets anywhere like 2-3 months in advance. They're not unreasonable. You can fly to New York for the same price you'll be able to fly to Thailand. You know what I mean?
Really?
Live like a king over there. Yeah, it's like $600.
Living
Round
like
trip.
a king. Hold on.
Yeah, the currency.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. So would you say how much you spent to go to Thailand? Like how long ago did you buy those tickets?
2 months ago.
Okay, so 2 months out, and
Yeah.
you got them pretty reasonable.
I mean, overall, probably like $1,000. You know.
Wait,
So.
there and back? Round trip?
Yeah. Well, no, actually not a round trip. Like one way, and then I have to leave from a different airport. So it's like 2 different flight costs.
Oh.
Did you get your tickets back, or are you coming back?
I'm coming back. Hopefully.
Okay, I don't know,
On those
you
visa
know?
checkpoints, they check on that. Like, you are leaving, right?
Right,
You're like,
yeah.
yeah. Here's my ticket.
Ah,
Good.
yeah,
Get out.
And,
Get
and,
out.
and there's a couple things that I actually just found out. I'm learning from Rico and living vicariously through him. So he downloaded the Google Translation app.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, so you could download whatever language on Google Translate. I didn't
Mhm.
know this either.
Yeah.
Did you do this in Japan, Mari?
You can like translate like straight like
Even
a
text.
water bottle. Yeah, text.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Visual translations.
Okay, nice. But does it also speak too?
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
And I don't know why I never did that in Mexico too. I'm such an inconsiderate American. So mad at myself.
Speak English.
Yeah.
Just getting frustrated, like, listen, you effing idiot, and have it translate to that.
Yeah.
Just wait for the reaction.
You can see it on her face. All right. What about you had to fill out a bunch of different, not just your passport, because you've had that, right?
Right.
So then you have to fill out visas
Mhm.
and whatnot, just so they know that you're coming into the country.
Right.
You're going to sleep with their sex tourism, workers, and then you're
Yep.
leaving.
Yep.
Okay. So do you have to show them proof of different shots and whatnot that you're coming in clean?
Some countries require that. I think ever since the COVID lift of that used to be required.
Yeah.
Internationally.
Japan
Now
was
they don't.
required.
Now they're like, no, it doesn't matter.
So what's some of the obstacles and hoops you had to jump through to be able to even go and set foot into these countries?
Honestly, not that much. I mean, when it comes to more tourist popular countries like Thailand, like Vietnam, like Cambodia, it's like they make it pretty seamless. You know, they have the CDC recommendations on what to get ready for, but as far as requirements, it's pretty loose. But like, yeah, you got to be ready for like they call it like Bali belly when you go to Bali. Like if you drink the water, like anywhere, you know, you got to be careful to not get those stomach viruses because that'll ruin your trip right quick.
Yeah, dude. As soon as
So-
you get there, you eat something, and then
Oh, yeah.
you're pretty much bedridden for the next like 6 days.
Sweating.
Yeah, that's what it would terrify me.
I'm so glad I spent all this money to be sick.
Right.
God.
Well, I went through Amazon Prime just looking at all these like medicine, you know, different medicines like tablets to, you know, for nausea and like, you know, diarrhea things. You're just like, I'm glad I have these.
You know,
just in case.
This is what I love. I love that there's so many people out there that are very skeptical about pharmacies and say like vaccines of any nature and stuff. But when you're talking about over-the-counter stuff that they might need for travel, they'll go to Amazon Prime and be like,
Oh, you mean
it's only
things that have been-
$7?
Things have been vetted for years and years. Yeah. Mhm.
All right, let me play Green Day's The American Dream is Killing Me. And then we got Would You Rather from Mari coming up next. Be Vegan Presents. Don't go away.
Look at you getting all.
I know. I don't know why I even went that route. My apologies. I'm not trying to Aaron Rodgers myself. All right. 10 said, hey, Google, how do I say, where are the lady boys?
Let's find out.
Yeah. Let's hear the translation on that.
And which country, though? There's lady.
Vietnam. Well, in the
Viet-
country that you're going.
Cambodia?
Vietnam or Cambodia. Where were you going? You're going to both Vietnam and Cambodia?
Yeah, well, I'm driving through Cambodia, then entering Vietnam.
I am jealous.
A car?
Motorcycle.
Like the majority of what I know about Vietnam was from Anthony Bourdain's, Parts Unknown, and he loved Vietnam. He said Vietnam was probably one of his favorite places on earth.
Yeah.
As far as food, culture, people, the whole thing.
Mhm.
Thailand's beautiful as well. Are you going during monsoon season? Yes or no?
The weather there is going to be tropical still. You know, I don't think it's going to be crazy rain, but you know, it's you see it. You go down the rabbit hole of going on YouTube and doing a little bit of research on like what it's like to motorbike travel and people. It's like sunny 1 second and the next it's torrential downpour. So it's like I got the poncho, the cover for the backpack, the waterproof phone cover.
You're prepared.
Yeah, I'm trying to be.
He's so prepared. That's the thing. I mean, how much money do you think you spent beyond the tickets just for all the accessories?
Oh, just yesterday I dropped 500.
Yeah,
on
brutal.
just some prep stuff. So
Yeah, just to prepare to go on vacation. That's why I'm not going on vacation anytime soon.
well, volume is off. Come on.
Yeah, turn the volume up because we need to know what it's like to say, where are lady boys?
I can show. It's not even saying it out loud, but yo, where are the lady boys? Yo, ka chang 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 chang.
Oh, that's racist.
No, it's not. That's how it sounds. But yeah, I mean, you travel anywhere like in Europe. My uncle just got back from going to Germany and France and like Oktoberfest and all that kind of stuff. And that's a whole different ballpark of preparation.
Manny has a good idea. He said, take a life straw or two.
On it. Yep, I got a couple.
Did you get a couple?
And the tablets for water purification.
Yeah, the one that Austin used, or you got brand new ones?
The Peefy one?
Yeah.
Probably the
It's
same
still
one.
clean.
Yeah.
But you did get a couple.
Sterile.
You did get a couple of those, huh?
Mhm.
You got them online?
They're cheap now, like $10.
Yeah, dude, they are super cheap.
Life saving.
Yeah, in fact, actually, you should probably drink through a life straw just for bottled water. Scientists are now saying they're just not going to drink bottled water because they found so many nanoplastics in it. It's far more than we've assumed, and super cancerous. And so water is going to end up killing us. Yeah, I know. Fantastic.
That's why I want to be like when I'm 90 on my deathbed, I'd be like, tell the doctors, like, hey, is there any way to know how many microplastics I got on me? How many did I collect? Did I win?
Yeah, they're like
4
well, it depends.
pounds.
Yeah, did you shit a Barbie? Yeah, that's how much you drink.
It comes out in a mold.
All right, 15 seconds. You got your would you rather's ready, Mari?
I do.
Excellent. All right, and you guys know the stipulation, but I will remind people while we're on the air. All right, so they're turning the frogs gay. That's what Jesse said.
Telling you.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. It's Thursday, and since Mari's in studio, you know we got to do another round of Would You Rather. Here's the stipulation. We have to answer one or the other and why. There's no work around it. There's no, trying to playfully non-answer. She's going to give us a scenario. It might be impossible, but we still have to pick one and why. So without further ado, Amari, what's your first Would You Rather situation?
Would you rather sleep on a bed of pizza or spaghetti?
Oh, that's very Italian. I like that. Let's start off with Weirdo. She's making a face.
I'm making a huge face because first you think pizza and it's like, oh, greasy. And spaghetti just feels squishy. I'm going to go pizza. You
got like a spy camera set up in my house. That's literally what I ate this week. Spaghetti and pizza. I would say the more comfortable the option would be pizza. And I would pick either Squared Up or Rocco's specifically for the deep dish
I was
option.
going to say the softness of the deep dish.
Yeah, I grew up as a kid with a waterbed, right? Similar in ways.
Mozzarella.
Would you agree?
Absolutely. I'm going with pizza. I think spaghetti would probably it would not be comfortable. Like you said, it'd still be greasy and you would just like get submerged and covered in it. You wouldn't be comfortable. Pizza, you can find that equilibrium.
Yeah.
On that cheese.
So what toppings were you going to get on your pizza bed?
Pineapple.
I think it's too acidic. A little fruity
burning.
too.
A little sticky. Just sticky.
Just pepperoni.
All right.
cheese and
Mari,
pepperoni.
what's your next would you rather?
Okay. Would you rather uncontrollably sob every time you're told please or thank you, or sob every time you say please or thank you?
Ooh.
You know what's funny is that my eyes are more emotional than my soul. And sometimes I will get kind of like choked up and watery eyed and awkward, very odd scenarios. So I feel like I'm already a victim of the latter. So if I say please or thank you, I am overly emotional in my eyes with that. I don't say it often. That's why. What would you say, Rico?
I would go with saying it because people will be like, he's so sincere. He's like, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, imagine that.
Whoa, all right.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
welcome. You're welcome.
I have the
Jesus.
same answer as Rico, but different reason.
Okay, what's your reason?
I would just never say please and thank you.
Oh.
I would be a bitch.
Thank you. Like, sir, this is just a 4-pack of underwear from.
Right.
Thank you.
And what do you mean would? I don't recall you saying thank you at all. Like, when was the last time you said thank you?
Yeah, wait a minute.
All right.
That's why I don't cry.
Yeah.
All right, let's do another would you rather here, Mari.
All right. Would you rather fight Ronald McDonald for unlimited Big Macs or the Burger King for unlimited Whoppers?
Oh, that's easy. That's easy for me, but that's the preference of fast food.
Preference of who you hate more, kings or
Well, who do you think you
clowns?
can fight too?
Yeah.
Well, I'd get my ass kicked by either one. Let's not lie about that. But McDonald's for sure. Now they got the double Big Mac, and that's a great way to turn it into a commercial, even though I don't know if they're sponsored for that. But
Right.
for a limited time only, for all you fatties out there, do you like that little slice of meat in between the bread or, surrounding the bread?
The
Well, now
cheese
they're
of
doubling
meat.
it up. Yeah, so there's a double Big Mac that they're serving. The combo is only going to cost about $25, so super affordable. And they're doing that for a limited time. But I would fight Ronald McDonald only because I would eat the Big Mac over the Whopper all day long.
Ah.
Yeah, personal preference. I worked at Burger King, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why.
Ah.
I never worked at McDonald's, so it's not ruined for me. Yeah. What do you say, Rico?
I would choose based on the opponent strictly. I would probably go for the king because it would probably be a very cordial, honor-filled fight with swords. And the clown would be creepy. It'd be like the Joker mixed with like Brad Pitt from Fight Club.
Yeah,
where it's like he gets like really crazy when you punch him in the face, starts laughing and spitting blood at you and making clown noises.
Throwing nuggets.
Yeah.
Ronald McDonald would murder you,
Right,
but
right.
Burger King
Like,
would.
you fought fairly.
Yes, he would be noble.
day.
He would beat your ass, and then
Right.
and then walk away like a nobleman. All right, what do you say, Weirdo?
I'm choosing strictly on the burger, and that's the Big Mac.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd go for Big Mac.
Yeah. I would say this though: if you did fight the Burger King, I feel like you have an advantage because he's so top heavy. His head's so big, so that's a big target to punch. I mean, you don't really miss. I mean, you could just do windmills, and you're gonna hit him in the face.
Yeah.
So
Fair.
that's a bonus. All right, we'll keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. We got some more not safe for radio, would you rathers, and some viral videos to share with you. You can join us, youtube.com/bevegan, or keep it right here because we got music on the way from Blind Channel, Rock 102.1. Clear. All right.
I thought that was only on the podcast too. People are like, you guys are crazy.
We asked the hard-hitting questions
Yeah,
all
We
day
really
long.
do.
Yeah.
Dakota gave me a would you rather too.
Okay, yeah, is your son?
Yeah.
All
He's
right.
what, 4?
Apple
Yeah.
tree.
All right, so what's the 4-year-old's would you rather?
It is would you rather know a talking peanut or a talking pistachio?
I feel like a pistachio is more open about
You
things.
drew out peanut just long enough for me to be like, penis?
I know.
Like
It's so
Sunday of
random.
Lisp? What was that you said?
Yes.
Talking peanut or talking pistachio? Well, I want pistachio because we already have a talking peanut. Mr. Peanut.
Yeah.
That was his choice. Was
So
pistachio.
yeah, so I would say pistachio. A talking pistachio's got to be like a crunchity hippie with like crazy conspiracy theories.
I do feel
Like
like
4 movies.
Yeah,
he
I-
watches.
I do feel like when you said talking peanut, you did point to Rico. And Rico,
Oh.
did you get offended by that? Did
Oh,
you
really? I'm
think she's
salty.
Oh.
I'm allergic. How dare you?
Speaking of Mr. Peanut, which really has nothing to do with it, but as far as food branding, a viral story this week, which seems to happen like every year. Like the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile can't keep somebody employed for whatever reason. The turnover is pretty high on that one.
People having
Really?
sex
Yes.
on the thing or something?
Why?
Well, they're hiring for another driver of the Wienermobile.
Oh no.
Wow.
Yeah,
Sign me
and
up.
it's actually a pretty good salary, and you drive around, you get to see the world, but the world's also pointing at you, saying, "Look at that huge wiener."
Right. Which is
So
great.
that's the downside.
I wonder what
But
the gas is on that thing.
oh, you don't have to pay for the gas, so that's good.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
it's not electric
Hot dog
either.
grease.
It's not electric. It's just it runs off of like 9-volt batteries, or thinking like a big vibrator. But the takeaway, what always kind of gets people by surprise on this job description of them looking for a driver for this, is that you need to have a college degree. Yes,
What?
you have to have a college degree to be eligible to be hired to drive a wiener. And of
High
course,
trust
You
job.
got that?
Not a commercial grade driver's license,
Right.
Just an education.
Fine arts.
I can do that.
and I feel like you could do that. I mean, put that arts degree to use,
Yeah.
and that's what it is. It's really just everyone who's got like a worthless degree to be
Yes.
like, well, at least I could drive the Wienermobile.
Right.
That's me.
Knew it was worth it.
But you make a good point. The Class D license,
Right.
like truck drivers, it would make more sense to say that's the stipulation, because it's almost like a big
Yeah.
rig.
Right.
Sounds harder
Really
to
good.
handle than an actual big rig.
Yeah.
Like way harder.
Yeah, because they don't make it curved
Harder.
anymore. And so you can't hit those
Oh.
turns. All right. Speaking of food, yes, there's another viral video involving DoorDash driver. Now, we talked about this before, and here's a reminder that you always want to pre-tip whenever you order from these app delivery services, because the drivers can see that. And based off of what they're picking up, they'll see how much they're going to get tipped in advance. It might affect the level of professionalism and how quick you're going to get your food delivered, right?
Mhm.
And if you don't want your food messed with, you want your food to get there while it's still hot, you want to tip ahead of time and let them know that you're a generous person. Because if not, then you get these people who, again, aren't hired, aren't vetted.
No.
They just fill out an app and then go. So you get these people who potentially are going to react in a very rude way. And that's exactly what happened in this scenario. And it's a video that's going viral on TikTok. The caption is POV, your DoorDasher leaves a nasty note in your food thinking you wouldn't tip. All right, let's see how this goes. She's angry. Now, this isn't leave at the door. Now, this woman is gonna make face to face eye contact with the customer, knowing that she wrote a nasty note to leave in the Popeyes
no.
delivery. Now, you shouldn't, if it has a drive-through, you shouldn't get a DoorDash. Like, can that be a rule? Can that be
You
a
would
rule?
hope.
Why?
You would hope.
Unless
but
you don't
no.
have a vehicle, or if you're drunk, then DoorDash all day long. But if you have a vehicle and you're not drunk, and the place that you want to get food from has a drive-through, go drive-through. Don't get
That's
lazier
gonna
than
lose
drive-through.
80% of the profit overnight.
That's insane, though.
Yeah.
Because then you're paying almost like 100% markup
That's
on
how
that
lazy
too.
people are. Yep.
God damn it!
Yep.
All right. Seems like it's heavy. So she.
Ew. Doorknob is very oddly.
Hello.
Got money in her hand.
Ignore. You keep that
Why?
because I didn't see a tip on the app and I put a little card in there. So please keep that. I'm sorry.
No, I just had cash. Please take
It's okay. It's okay because
Seems so planned.
it's okay. Thank you.
I don't think it's planned, because her reaction. right? So immediately she's like, fuck.
Right. I'm an asshole.
Right. And it was a $20 tip too. So she's like, oh my God. I was and then she was a black woman too. It's like, oh no. Oh, I'm not being racist either. I swear. Oh,
All right.
Oh, it's so bad. So bad, right? So
She left the note. Why didn't she take the note out?
yeah, take the note. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I gotta get that note.
Right. I just realized I dropped something in there. My bad.
Yeah, I know you're very skeptical of the internet, and rightfully so.
Oh yeah, my fake bells are going off big time. But yeah,
I'm gonna believe this is real because look, watch his reaction.
Ignore it. You keep that.
yeah, that seems a little acty.
No, it doesn't. I
Yeah, it
feel
does
like
to me.
No, that feels legit.
okay. Well, let me just at least give my point of view on this. Okay, I feel like because she's kind of stutter stepping. I don't. You think this woman is taking acting classes and she's that good of an actress? I don't think so. I think the way that she was just like, it makes it real. And
Because I didn't see a tip on the app and I put a little card in there. So please keep that. I'm sorry.
No, I just had cash. Please take
It's okay. It's okay. Because
Please take it. The way she's stepping out and like looking.
Have a good night.
no, she's leaving. And again, she had to wait at the door. So I also got a copy of the note. You want to see what the note said?
Yeah.
Yes, I know you do. All right. So here's what the note said. All right. So a girl posts a note. This is why she lady a note in your food because you don't do shit at the right time. I don't. Okay, whatever. Lucky for you, I didn't bother the food, but next time consider tipping your driver. Ooh.
It's even worse because it's passive aggressive, not like super angry.
Yeah,
Right.
like
It's a passive threat.
Yeah.
I didn't spit
Next
in your
time.
food this time, but next time,
Watch out.
yes. And
Or I know other delivery drivers that would do this. I would never, but just to fair warn you, you should tip.
oh, she didn't say I would never. She said I would
No.
never on the first time. I would definitely on the second time.
I did make the mistake. Yeah, I was gonna say during the pandemic with when I was in LA with my brother, and then we had order McDonald's, and that was the first time and the last time because I was like, we just paid $40 for like a lukewarm Big Mac.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Never
Yeah.
again. But now I know if I do, pre-tip.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was a thing.
absolutely.
You can't do that on Uber, can you?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's called
I don't
different
use
though.
it.
That's not even the same thing.
I would. Well, you can't pre-tip an Uber driver if you're driving, but as far as an Uber delivery, I think you can pre-tip. Can you see it? I don't know, and maybe not because Uber has been kind of shady when it comes to being transparent about their tips.
Yeah, I usually just do cash, honestly, at the end of the trip.
Well, you need to. Well, yeah, at the end of the trip, it's
But I don't
different for an
trust-
Uber
yeah.
driver. That's different.
Yeah.
But as far as any kind of food delivery, it's not smart to tip cash. It's smarter to tip ahead of time so they see it.
Yeah.
And if you tip bigger, then the idea is that how these people react. And this is not the first time we've come across a video like this. We come across stories like this now. It's a reoccurring theme, right? So you have to tip appropriately if you're going to get this DoorDash, because again, there is no accountability.
I have a question though.
Okay.
What about Starbucks?
What about Starbucks?
Do you tip on the app when you make an app order on Starbucks?
Yeah, I would say that, yeah, you at least $1, right? Because then you show them that you're tipping it, and then it will.
It's like Dutch Brothers drive-through. It's like I do the obligatory $1 at least. I'm like,
Mhm.
Yeah, and if
they
you
see me like every day, so it's kind of like, yeah, right.
Yeah, $1 is fine. I don't tip at the Dunkin'. I don't do the app and stuff, but
It's like, oh, broke your heart.
well, she's at a different Dunkin'. But thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah.
You're the Dunkin' girlfriend.
Well, no, I had a girl that I
She
thought.
relocated.
It's funny that you bring that up because we'll talk
For
about it
her
right
safety.
now. Rock on 2.1 KFMA. Thank you. Welcome back. Now, right on the podcast broadcast before we came back on the air, Rico brought up
Open up a wound.
Yeah, open up a wound.
Deep
My
wound.
bad.
A memory of mine that I was still recovering from. And that was, I was driving through a Dunkin' Donuts every morning, and there was a girl working the window that seemed like she was flirting with me. And I thought she was kind of into me. And I mentioned it on the air, and one of our listeners actually mentioned it to the girl. And yeah. And because she knew exactly which Dunkin' I went to. And so the next day, I ended up going back to that Dunkin'. And I was nervous. I was thinking about not going to it.
Yeah.
But I drove through, and then I while I was in the window, and it's before 6 a.m. and I'm kind of nervous. I'm like, hey, did anyone? And then she's like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I didn't know if like maybe you like me or if you're just really good at your job. And she goes, I'm just really good at my job.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, that's
Rough.
awesome. I'm going to Dutch Brothers now. So
Oof.
but I am glad that you brought this up because, I came across this article from Ask Men asking this question. Is she flirting or just being nice?
Yes. Especially
Okay.
in the service industry. That's tricky.
It is tricky. Oh, yeah. Especially like every time you go to Hooters, be like, these waitresses all are in love with me.
Mhm.
I don't know what the deal is. And I know every guy out there finds himself in that situation. I know that I'm a little more kind of mentally perturbed and delusional than others because I feel like anyone who even smiles at me is like, she wants it. And it's been like that for a long time, guys. I don't think it's ever changing. But maybe this information will help me out. So here's the deal. According discerning between nice and flirty can be tricky. And here are some signs to look for straight from a dating coach named Connell Barrett. Okay. So eye contact and focus. They say definite eye contact is a good sign. If she's not contributing to the conversation, not engaging or glancing around, then she's just being polite. All right, so you got to focus on eye contact.
Yep.
But the thing is, that didn't work in my scenario with the Duncan girl. She was stared deeply into my soul.
She had a lazy eye. We couldn't tell.
No, she did not. She was adorable. All right, personal chat. So the deeper and the more personal conversation, the more interested she is in you. Okay, that was an obvious sign that I ignored. It was always a business transaction. She's just like, she'd tell me my total is 466, and I'm like, damn, girl, slow it down.
Add 3 cents, baby.
Yeah. You're trying to jump out through the window, giving me the total like that. Sounded like a freak. Damn. Okay. Physical touching. Okay. Yes. So Mario, when you were serving and stuff, to pimp tips, would you touch people on the arm or anything like that? Thank you
So no physical touching, but I definitely did the eye contact, and I think I did the deep conversations because I'm curious.
Okay.
Right, but I don't think I did a lot of physical touching.
How many times do you think people were misled into thinking you like them just because you're so nice?
Quite a few.
I imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, weirdo? Or are you just so cold-blooded it doesn't necessarily happen?
Well, okay, so usually what happens with me is later on somebody who witnessed it being like, oh my God, that guy or that girl was really flirting with you. And I was like, what the hell are you talking? It's always completely over my head.
Okay.
It just is. But as far as being accused of flirting with somebody, no. Because I don't do small talk. I don't do any of that. So
full disclosure, when I first met you, I told Powers that you wanted to bang me. And I'll say this rightfully so. All right, because it was at House of Bards for the Mick Foley show, but you kept looking over. You kept looking over at me, and I'm just like, man, this chick is all about it.
You had something in your beard. She's like, what the hell is in
no, because I recognized Powers, and then you were hanging around with him. I was like, oh, that's B from KFMA.
Yes,
that was it. It was just recognition.
She wants the chick with the dreads wants to bang. Look at her. She's trying to ditch her husband and her boyfriend just to bang me.
I must look like Rob
Didn't have a
Zombie.
boyfriend yet at that point.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
All right, so
That was almost 2 years ago.
I know. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah,
for the record.
Clearly.
For the record, no, you didn't. It didn't cross your mind. For the record.
No.
Okay. Making sure. I don't know. I mean, you were poly still. You had a poly mind. I didn't know
But at the time, I was definitely not dating dudes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I'm very chick-like.
unless you were hiding a pair of boobies, that wasn't going to happen.
Check out my cleavage, bro. I mean, these aren't pecs. All right. Okay. So physical touching, even more so if the touching gets into the areas in your lower back or abdomen, is definitely a sign that she's into you, right?
Miss, this is a Wendy's. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you touching my obliques?
Yeah. More signs that she's flirting and or just being nice, how to tell the difference. Behavior towards others, right? So if she's that way with everybody, or are you getting quote unquote special attention?
You ain't special.
Yeah, there are some people who are natural flirts, right? And so you will assume oh yeah, she wants me. I'm like, oh my God, she wants him too, and her. And then what about that kid? What a whore!
Why are you thinking lap dances?
Yeah. So you got to be able to tell the difference. And the final sign that you're looking for to be able to tell the difference if someone's flirting with you or they're just being nice is the compliment response Okay, so compliments are a
Oh.
good way to test the waters,
Mm.
right? So assuming you mean them. So if she seems to blush and find a way to return the compliment, it's a good omen for you. But if she pulls back and like backs off, it's a bad sign.
Test
Mm.
those waters.
Right.
That is a nice rack.
Yeah. Like, oh, you got a nice rack too. Let's bang. I wish it was that easy, right?
I for sure
Full
live up.
transparency.
I live up to my namesake of just being that weirdo when somebody gives me a compliment, even somebody I know or somebody I don't know. I'm just like, huh, and then like I run away. Like I don't know how to respond to compliments.
Yeah, no, I understand. All right, well, there you go. Hopefully those tips will help you. I know they'll possibly help me, but I'll still probably think the next girl that looks at me and makes eye contact totally wants me. That's
just randomly in public.
Yeah, it's a curse I live with. It is what it is. All right, we're gonna hit the reset on the FM side. On the podcast broadcast, we're gonna play a game between our panelists here. Yeah, will it fit in your prison purse? It's a question I asked yesterday. I'm gonna explain that game on the podcast broadcast. You can join us youtube.com/BeFegan or keep it right here on Rock 102.1. Clear. All right, so yeah, will it fit in your butt? To be more specific, okay?
Oh, I thought it was an actual purse.
Well, it is an actual purse for guys who are in prison. You know, that's where they keep things. They're keepsakes and they smuggle things in. And, you know, there are essentially, this is a common thing. And I said this on the air when we played this game on the air, just silly, and just kind of went through a couple suggestions. And so I won't go through the same ones that I went through with Weirdo because it's a long list. But, you know, these are all documented cases of prison workers finding items in inmates' butts. And then some of them are made up.
Were you shocked when you read this?
No, because one of my best friends is in prison right now. Actually, I know several guys I grew up with who are in prison, but every now and then I would get a call from my brother, Danny. And we never get to talk about anything like serious or anything in particular because I can't stop making fun of him for talking on a cell phone that was definitely in somebody's ass. Because when he calls me, he's not calling collect and official.
Contraband.
Yeah, it's contraband. And then he's also whispering. So the phone is like super up close, like, and I'm like, oh my God, dude, I was in someone's ass. And it's like, you're like cupping it and going like, so funny. And I'm such a dick. I'm terrible friend, obviously.
And he's like, haha, our 45 seconds is done. Thanks, bro.
Right.
Yeah. Then the guard starts coming or he gets shanked and he's like, gotta go.
Yeah.
So it's not cool. And I have to get over it. And I will eventually. But until then.
It's like glad he was my last call I made.
I know. No, honestly, he hasn't called me in a while, and it's probably because he's tired of hearing the joke.
Right.
And I understand. I'm kind of hack like that. If I find a funny joke, though, I'll hang on to it and repeat it over and over again. All right. So, but let me get some good game music here.
Okay.
Will it fit in your butt, Mari?
Ooh, let's see.
If you're in prison, okay?
Mm-hmm.
My Little Pony.
Yes.
You say yes, it would fit in your butt.
I mean,
Shout out to Kenzo, your husband. Congratulations, bud. All right, that answer is no. It will not fit in your butt. Nobody's smuggled in a My Little Pony in prison.
There's some small ones out there.
No, it very much physically could. It's
Right.
has it been documented being found in somebody's anal area
Yeah, what would they want
in prison?
Yeah. What would
Yeah.
they do with that? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like the Little Pony coming out of the butt and people knowing about that is probably the beginning of more serious problems. 'Cause
Yeah.
if anything, it's like a green light for more stuff to go in.
Out of all the things you could have smuggled.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love My Little Pony.
Right. You wanna kind of be like
Hey, there might
manly.
be bronies in jail.
It could be.
Totally. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's see. Good morning, Monster. He said nothing like starting off the day by finding out what you can hide in your butt. All right.
We're educational.
Good morning.
All right, Rico. I need you to think about this seriously.
All right.
All right. Will it fit in your butt? A billiard ball.
You know what? No.
You're gonna say
I'm
no.
gonna say no. Those are pretty sizable.
That is incorrect.
What?
Yes, a billiard ball actually was in an inmate's rectum, and he got it in. And why? Because you want like at least the whole set so you could play But I believe this was a smuggle from the inside of the prison. So the guy basically they got pool tables, took one of the billiard balls, keistered it, was going to use it later as a weapon to kill somebody.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yep. All right, here you go, weirdo. Will it fit in your butt? Peanut butter jar.
I'm gonna say yes because it probably had something different inside. Like it was the holder of the drugs or whatever.
No, I'll tell you what they did. They don't need holders like that. And I learned this in jail. Not the hard way, thankfully. But there's people smuggling stuff in Tent City all the time. And they described how they did this. And this is an eye-opening information at a very early age. I was 18 years old. But say like cigarettes. They smuggled in a shit ton of cigarettes. They talk about an entire carton. And you're like, how do you get a carton of cigarettes in your ass? If you think of it just like the box and everything, like it just seems impossible. And they don't. They take all the cigarettes out, right? Wrapped? Well, no, they don't individually wrap. They take all the cigarettes out, right? And then they compress them together and they wrap it in saran wrap and they press it down. They stomp on it, press, stomp, wrap it in saran wrap again. And then they slather it in Vaseline and then keister it. And then when it comes out, then they, the tobacco then expands. But they're able to get like 200 cigarettes in an ass very easy.
Ass cigarettes.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. And I did smoke when I was in jail. And trust me, it was not lost on me that I was inhaling something that was inside somebody's ass. Insane. Still gave you a head rush. Yeah. Still gave you that buzz. I was like, man, this is good shit. All right.
Literally.
Yes, I know. All right, here we go. Will it fit in your butt, Mari?
Okay.
A handle of Tito's vodka.
No.
A handle?
A handle.
Yeah.
A handle.
Like Costco size?
Yeah, that's a hard no. I'm sure that would kill somebody for sure.
Right.
All right, Rico, will it fit in your butt? Remote control.
A TV remote control?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that was found as contraband. Now,
gotta watch your Mari, man.
Yeah. It's funny too, because Weirdo asked, why would somebody smuggle this in? I'm assuming it was one of those universal remotes.
Prank people.
Yeah. Well, when you're living in prison, right? It's all about the little luxuries that make you feel like you're living high on the hog. So not having to get out of your little bunk to change the channel.
Right.
Is definitely a luxury that you're not supposed to have in prison. But somebody was like, I need a remote. Insane.
Don't harsh my vibe.
Yes. All right. A weirdo. Will it fit in your butt? Colt 45 gun. Ooh.
Yes.
That's a big ass gun.
Okay. I don't know what
that
size
ain't no
it
snub
is,
nose.
but like it would make sense if somebody tried to smuggle a gun in.
And you're absolutely right. Yes, somebody Colt 45. He was going to war. I'm surprised.
There's multiple reasons why that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, Mari, will it fit in your butt? A beer bottle.
Yeah.
I've seen that video.
Again, like just the way you answer, just so confident. Like I'm sorry. I just automatically see him like, yes, she can do it.
We come from an era where it's like, yeah, your friends in middle school, like, hey, rotten.com and all these different sites.
Yeah.
Oh God, I've seen things.
I love rotten.
All right, Rico, will it fit in your butt? Buzz Lightyear.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, wing spread or no wing spread?
You would probably get it in there before you expand the wings, but then you definitely have the button where the wings come out. Yeah.
To infinity and but beyond.
Yep. You're correct. Yes.
Wait,
Buzz Lightyear. So
why?
Guys do like guy toys, and
at least it wasn't Woody.
yeah, that would be gay. I made that joke yesterday, actually. All right, weirdo. Would it fit in your butt? World War I artillery shell.
Yes.
That is correct. Yes, and there you go. That was will it fit in your butt?
Great game.
Thank you.
Here's some jogs the mind.
Some fun facts. Nearly 4,000 people are hospitalized with foreign objects in their rectum each year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Over half of those objects were adult toys. The average age of the patient visiting the emergency was 43 years old.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Midlife crisis.
And nearly 78% of patients were male. All right, so there you go.
How many percentage of male?
78%.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, checks out.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I heard about hamster went up there once.
Richard Gere.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, I was supposed to say that statistic just proves that women do better things than men.
Yep.
Yes, no, they could take it in the butt way better.
Way better.
Yep.
Yes, I've been saying that argument for years. You just won't listen.
Vindicated, finally.
They are always dudes. Yes. All right. All right. We got about 30 seconds here. And I got Twin Envy shout outs here. So yes, Jesse runs the Twin Envy Twitter page. Make sure you check out Twin Envy if you haven't. Jesse was our musical guest on the podcast broadcast yesterday. And you can check out the replay of that, of course, right here, youtube.com/beefvegan. We're about to get back on the air. A couple more things I want to share with and ask. And I'm going to ask this question right off the bat. Rock 102.1 KFMA, that was with Beastie Boys Sabotage. Welcome back to the show. Now, I have Weirdo and Mari in here, so it's always a pleasure when we double up on the lattes. Gets the estrogen flowing. Let me ask you both. Are you guys into the Stanley Cups? And I'm not talking about the hockey trophy, because that's what I thought it was initially.
Oh, yes.
Like the big, like all the rage this year, this last Christmas, was ladies getting their hands on the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
And a Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was until somebody finally posted a photo, and I'm like, that is
Stanley's.
I did see this viral video just yesterday, in fact, of a woman's car who caught on fire and it was all destroyed, right? And in a cup holder was a Stanley Cup and it was all burnt, but still in like premier shape.
Right, fine.
She grabbed it, she shook it, there was ice water inside of it.
What?
Yeah. It's like one of those commercials you imagine in the 80s, like a crazy glue of a guy hanging from a high rise, just his hat glued to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was the perfect commercial for Stanley Cup. And of course, I'm with you on this one. I see your eyes, Rico. I'm a little skeptical of the validity of that
Try this
video.
myself on the way home.
Right. But why is everyone so into the Stanley Cup? What do you like about it?
Well, I don't have one.
Okay. Yet.
So-
I don't have one, nor do I care to have. Like, I don't care.
Well, here's a little backstory as to why all this hype began in the first place. Now, first and foremost, Stanley has been a strong brand for blue collar workers and outdoorsy people since 1913. So this brand has been around for over a century and it's American. So you would think, oh, these got to be the reasons. No. Unfortunately, these ladies don't know any of that. But that is actually a really good reason to get one of these Stanley Cups. If you've been making something for 100 years, you know you make it quality, right? All right. Now, this all started in 2019 when the Buy Guide, longtime fans of the brand, touted a Stanley Quencher, right? They gifted one to Bachelor Nation alum Emily Maynard Johnson. And the Stanley exec noticed and gave the Buy Guide, which is BUY, the opportunity to buy thousands of the quenchers to give away. And they sold out twice, and the viral love of the brand was ignited. And this is 2019. Now, it took a while for the rest of the world to catch on. Now it's essentially 2024 now that Stanley Cup is back in our vernacular, even though it's been an American brand over 100 years. They're getting super crazy right now. And if you attempt to try to get a Stanley Cup at a Starbucks and there's only one left on the shelf, guaranteed to get tackled by a Karen. It happens every single time. Even if you look around and you see nobody in the lobby, you're like, oh, safe, grab that Stanley Cup. Boom, all of a sudden.
Right.
Like an NFL linebacker just blitzing. You just get sacked. With this being crazy, Stanley is now considered the it brand when it comes to negative like kids being bullied for not having one. With it being the it brand comes the negative with kids being bullied for not having one and some wondering why a person needs to collect them when they're reusable and they're indestructible, right?
Yeah, you don't need 17.
Yeah.
You literally need one for the
they're
next 70 years.
Speak for yourself.
They're $50, right?
Yeah, I think on average, probably that would make sense.
Which is insane.
Well, with all the information this week about water bottles containing nanoplastics and whatnot, so I don't think that's a terrible idea.
Together.
Wait, steel? It's just steel then.
Stainless steel,
Yeah, but if you've got the reusable water bottles, please make sure you're washing and bleaching them every couple days because that is a bad habit. We've talked about this before, and it is insane the amount of bacteria that's there.
Okay, nerd.
Yeah,
I say boost your immunity by not like bleaching them all the time. It's fine.
I just want to see the funny cheap knockoffs of Stanley Cup. It's like the Steven Cup. kids make fun of you.
Mm.
Can't even get a Stanley Cup.
That's guaranteed what I would have as a kid growing up. I never had any trend, any cool thing as it was cool.
Yeah.
Like I rocked OP, Ocean Pacific, like 3 years after that went out of style, and they were
I was
all
wearing my
hand-me-downs.
Shaq shoes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I was a little younger, so I had XJ 900s, which were like a knockoff of like Reeboks, and they would literally fall apart from the seams within like 28 days. And that was a Payless exclusive.
Oh yeah,
I know.
So that's what made the Stanley Quencher thing like so much. This is the first time they made it in pink.
Oh yeah.
So that's really all it is. And
It took them 112 years to think of different colors.
Oh, there were lots of colors, I thought, though.
yeah,
Now,
but like before they did not have pink in it, especially was for Starbucks and the whole craze. And Target officially came out saying that they will not be restocking it.
Oh my god, they were holding on to that one for a while.
Wow.
But for NHL fans, as I googled that, still the Stanley Cup Finals was still the #1 search for Stanley Cup. So it's okay.
No, I mean honestly, I thought these women were rushing to Starbucks to get a miniature Stanley Cup and an NHL trophy because I know people drink out of those too.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, I gotta get one of those too. I'm a hockey guy. Yeah. All right. We got viral videos we're going to share on the podcast broadcast. You can join us youtube.com/beefvegan or stick around because your beef tips coming up next on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear.
You should start handing those out at the Roadrunners games.
Oh, they don't have that budget.
No.
Yeah, that's expensive.
No, and I just sent you a video. You should look at it. You should pull it up.
I'll pull it up right now.
Yeah. Which is the tagline? Should we tell her?
Oh. Ooh. It's X videos. Oh, sorry. Twitter. See, that's still
video. Yeah.
Yeah, that's still confusing me, dude.
There it is. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Why did you send me an X video? Oh, Twitter.
Oh, Elon. We've been. Oh, nice. Okay. Let me pull this up. All right, here we go.
Oh.
Yes.
Should we tell her?
Is right.
Oh, she knows.
Oh.
Does she?
Ugh.
This is like a Russian account. I think I've seen this before. It's funny.
Look at that face, though. That's the face of someone who doesn't know. And it's like, why are you laughing? This is my neck massager.
And I just giggle because I have that same toy.
Do you really?
I do.
Oh.
Is it the rabbit?
What do you mean?
Well, that's pretty massive there, huh? It's super girthy. Let's see what we got here.
Not the end the end she's holding is girthy, but it's smaller.
It's like it's a deleted scene from The Office.
That's pretty big there. And then a little curve around with the rabbit ear and stuff. That's that's not average. Tell me that's not average.
It's not average.
Thank you.
That's average.
It's below average.
You son of a bitch.
Yo! Will it fit in the butt?
Yes,
Yeah. That's fantastic. What else has been going on with you, Mari?
Oh, just a lot of sickness still, and now getting back into the school groove. We're not morning people, so that's a struggle.
I'm still trying to get moved to the afternoon, but I don't think Razor knows that. And
yeah, I was wondering how that was coming along.
it's not. I mean, Mac went on vacation for 2 weeks to avoid it, avoid the conversation altogether. So
literally goes on vacation to avoid conversation.
Uh-huh.
I can't wait to get to that point.
Yeah. So
all right. See you.
Yeah.
later.
So they did kind of like delay of what might be the inevitable. I don't know what to do at this point. Whether I negotiate this when I negotiate my contract or
It's in June.
the contract's up in June. Should be talking in March. We'll be able to see basically what things look like coming around that time, if they want to keep me around or not. Right. So I mean, all signs say they do. But until I know, I don't.
Right.
Is the best way I could put it. I know.
Avoiding me constantly, everybody in the hallway. It's great sign.
It's true. I mean, I did kind of pick a fight with sales, which was not great to do that.
But my God, that was legendary.
Thank you. And thank you for your contribution on that.
Yeah, we're both complicit. Thank you.
Yes, they were not happy about it. But
Oh, the card.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, until we get Toad in here, is like a stand-up little thing we can put here.
Yeah, Toad and Marco.
Mhm. Marco cannot. He's cool.
I did frame that poster, by the way, and it looks fantastic. It's in my living room, and my daughter even loves it too. So, yeah, that was good.
It's great.
That could be a birthday present.
When does Herb come back? By the way, next week.
Maybe.
Hopefully?
Yes,
Okay.
hopefully, yes. And then Samantha just threw in size also. So I don't know what the rest of the comments are, but yeah, probably right. But yes, I mean, afternoon would be huge. We got, the one thing I did is my New Year's Eve resolution, right? Because I've gotten away with, I basically won as far as music programming here, and I recanted the story of Mac pulling me aside and saying, look, here's the deal. We're not messing with your playlist anymore because we figure you're just going to do whatever you want. Right. And so I'm like, cool. So that was a win. So now no matter what I play, I'm not going to get in trouble for it. And I'm like, well, that kind of sucks. I still want to push the envelope. I still want to kind of piss them off. So then I was like, oh, here's what I'm going to do that. I'm going to play this one song every single day for the month of July, right? So that song's Dead Poet Society, and it's Hurt. Yeah, and they are my favorite. They've been my favorite for a long time. Now Razor's trying to act like it's his favorite. I'm like, shut up, bitch. I've been on this bandwagon for like 3 years now.
Oh yeah.
But like I feel like this album should hopefully be the album to put them in that next level because they are that good. And then Razor got to see him out in LA and told me how great they were, and I'm like, I fucking know. God damn it.
Here first.
I know this.
Yeah. So, apparently when he saw them, didn't give me a heads up, and he was talking to management and the band, and and he's like, you guys need to come to Tucson, man. So they literally started off their tour in Tucson because now Razor's taking credit for this. I'm like, you fucking bastard. I need to talk to them. Wait, when is
that?
Well, it's gonna be in May. It's gonna be a club congress, so it's too small. So and it's on a weeknight, so it's nothing that's in our favor. But I guarantee you, we're not going to be working the next day, unless we're doing afternoons, and then I'll work both days. It is going to be May, and hopefully that'll be the case because I want them in studio when they're in town.
Yeah.
And I hope they're in town either early enough if we're still doing mornings, or they block out some time to come in during the afternoon. And it's a major reason why I want the show to be in the afternoon. Is because then it opens up more possibilities of people being in studio and being able to get that video content and those live in studio performances and all the stuff that radio stations really need to capitalize on.
All the juicy stuff.
Yes. Stuff people like to see, the clickbait and build the national brand. And so I want it. I want it bad. Hopefully it will happen, but we'll see. And until then, I was still working on booking them to be on the show. Remotely for an interview. So we're going to do a podcast broadcast with them for sure. And then went in studio when they come to town. Hopefully that'll be the case as well. But now my goal is I'm playing them every day. This song was not even a single. I want them to realize that this song is getting Shazammed, and hopefully it's like people that are listening to the show are Shazamming it, and they're seeing that it's getting spins, and maybe it can motivate other programmers around the country to see that it's getting spins, to give that song a spin, and maybe create this single out of nowhere, even though they didn't think it was a single, because I think it was.
Get it on some TikTok videos.
Absolutely, right? So I want to help blow them up. And then not only that, locally, I'm like, shit, well, May is when they're coming. That gives me about 5 months to make sure they sell out Club Congress in a heartbeat and move it to the backstage, back of the outdoor area. And instead of selling 200 tickets, let's sell 600 tickets. There's no reason why we shouldn't have everybody out at the show. So hopefully people get excited about that as well. But let's get on the air and wrap things up. Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Again, Mike just said, what? Dead Poet Society coming to Tucson? Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be sick. All right. We're almost out of time. You guys want to be happy in life?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got a mixture of answers here. But I do want to give you a beef tip. The beef tip today is basically 8 habits of the world's happiest people. Okay. So if you want to be happy, then why don't you emulate what some of the happiest people in the world do? And there are 8 specific habits that the happiest people in the world do, and they do regularly. And an expert claims that these are the top 8. And if you do these, it might help lead to your happiness. So number 1, sleep at least 8 hours a night. Okay.
No, I'm screwed.
So you're out. Weirdo's out.
I'm out.
Okay. Rico, let's see you're in. All right. Number 2, eat a plant-based breakfast. Breakfast, not entire diet. Not entire diet. Yes, dude.
Take away my bacon. You want me to be happy?
I need my protein, bitch. I gotta start the day off that way.
Tofu avocado toast. It's possible. You could have that at lunch, dude. Okay, so plant-based breakfast.
Propaganda.
Come on, stick with me here.
Okay.
Okay, that was only number 2. Number 3, socialize with friends.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Can do
Now,
that.
now, friends that you don't sleep with. Do you hang out with anybody that doesn't share a bed with you, Weirdo?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Oh, why didn't you hit me up? I mean, I'm pretty antisocial. The past 2 weeks I was on vacation. I literally saw nobody, talked to nobody for 2 weeks. Anyways, I'll not make this about me. But socialize with friends is on the list. Volunteer. Mari's lying. But
No,
still.
I like Casa Maria's Soup Kitchen's awesome to volunteer at.
Yes. When was the last time you volunteered there?
And when I was in college. But if I did it again, that's where I would go.
I was very happy.
All right.
Mhm.
Take naps. All right. There's one. I got one on this
Oh,
list.
yeah.
Yes. Have faith. Now, faith likes
I'm out.
Georgia.
I'm out.
Well, you have faith in Satan.
No, Satan's not real.
Oh.
No, I'm atheist
Oh,
through and
that's
through.
Santa.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Limit TV and social media. I'm out.
I do that.
Yeah. And if possible, don't work full time.
What a joke. Veganism and not working. Get out of here.
Yeah, this sounds like a
Must be nice.
lefty agenda.
Okay, so my beef tip to you is if you can't be happy, at least know that everyone else is miserable. That's all the time we have for the show. Thank you guys so much for listening, as always. And don't forget to subscribe, youtube.com/beefvegan. Tomorrow morning, we're going to have Slobby Robbie hanging out with us in studio ahead of Generation Cool's big 10-year anniversary party at the Rialto. We'll give away tickets for that and more. Until then, Robin Nash is up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe. And as always, rock local. Later.
When
There you go.
wish upon a side
So I guess we're never going to be happy. What?
will come an end to all your grief.
Happiness is fleeting,
But
glory is
if
forever.
you've been kind
Thanks
of
for watching,
bad,
guys. You guys are the
I
best.
will knock out all your